Good morning. Good morning. How's it going? Happy Monday, I guess. I don't know. Happy Mondays feels a little uh not accurate. I'm gonna raise this just a little bit. Probably my favorite part about having a moving desk with the camera attached to that is that it's like a electronic tripod, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to make a quick one this morning and come with a good reminder that I often need to be reminded of, which is that motivation comes after doing things. Is that right? I think so. Um, or rather, that your interest in doing things usually ramps up the more you do them. So it's not quite so like, oh, I'll do it once I have the inspiration to do so, or like I'll have once I have the passion to do so, or whatever. It's usually coming from when you're sort of already got your nose in the grindstone of it, and yeah, I don't know. It's something that I noticed a while back when I was like sort of forcing myself into doing things more often, and then all of a sudden it was like super easy to do tons of things, I guess. Um, I mean, of course, there's still definitely periods of burnout and stuff. I mean, when I when I got this apartment, I was going hard on every single aspect. I was, interior decorating. I was ordering everything. I was finishing the sale transaction stuff. I was, getting all the things that I needed to get in order to make sure my life didn't come crumbling down. Um, and I mean, it was constant. It was a constant flow for months. I was improving this place. I was cleaning this place. I was moving in. I was unpacking. I was organizing. I was improving. I was blah 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 blah. I was just like constantly for months, and then yeah, I think I hit a burnout point because I sort of just like completely fell off. I mean, I was cooking every night. I was doing all the right things. It was crazy, except for probably making art. I probably wasn't doing that. I don't think. So yeah, but I hit a pretty heavy wall of burnout, um, and still trying to come back from that. I think. I mean, it's been over a year now of kind of just slowly clawing my way back there. And yeah, I mean, every time that I sort of get spurts of energy to do things and I do them, I realize that the subsequent things that I do after that point are actually easier. It's like less difficult. So, yeah, I don't know. I didn't have much to say this morning. Then I thought of this for a moment because I was like, man, I really wish I had more motivation to do things. And I was like, you know what? I should just buckle down and do the things. And then the next day, it'll probably be a little bit easier to do those things again. So, yeah, the hedonic treadmill, as I think I've mentioned before, does usually return to a baseline. So, if for long enough you're doing hard things, and that effort requires more effort than your usual baseline, that baseline will raise to that new baseline, and you will be just as equally satisfied and happy with life as you were without doing them, I guess. So, I don't know. All that to say, I have a lot of shit that I gotta do, and I don't want to do it, but I need to. And yeah, miscellaneous time. All right, motivation, blah blah blah. You get the point. But yes, I have a lot of shit that I gotta do. My entire apartment is just covered in stuff. I mean, look at this table. It's just covered in stuff. And that's like everywhere. So everything's just covered in stuff, and I'm like, I gotta like push it all off and start over. Um, yeah, my bedroom is covered in boxes. It's odd. It's odd. And it's only gonna get harder because I've got increasing responsibilities in about every corner of my life right now. Um, yeah, so it's time to start ramping up. I think time to start getting my head in the game of of increasing my hedonic baseline or something. However that goes, I don't know. But yes, I mean, there's a lot to do, and I don't want to do it. I think I'd rather just sit around and not do it. But it's also important to note that I do need to and want to prioritize actual downtime as well. Like, that needs to be worked in on a regular schedule, because what often winds up happening is that I will get into sort of a semi-manic kind of space and then like do everything, and then I'll be dead for like 2 weeks, you know. But what really I need to figure out is how to do that sustainably and do all the things while also prioritizing time to do nothing, and that nothing time being satisfying and rejuvenating to some degree. Because, yeah, I mean, you know, there's books to read, there's shows to watch, there's video games to play. I got Game Pass, by the way, in case any of you guys have Xbox or whatever. I got Game Pass for PC to play Back 4 Blood with my friends. And honestly, you know, I mean, even though we probably won't play, you know, terribly often, but like $11 a month or whatever for the access to that game library, it seems worth it, you know, to like have that quality time with my friends and etc. You know, so and also maybe find some games that I like that are also satisfying in a relaxing kind of way. So yeah, and then I just what I find the most weighing sometimes is the physical space aspects. Like there's all the sort of ethereal tasks that are like up here in your head that are like, oh, I gotta do this and this and this and this and this and this, right? But then like just like the physical space around you, it's like the manifestation of it, and it's like, oh, I gotta do all this too. So yeah, I'm currently working on my my walling set up to sort of get my tasks kind of in order, because really, I mean, what's also mentally exhausting is having all the tasks in your head. So getting them out somewhere that like you can like manage is very helpful, because like, you know, trying to run and do everything with like it all up here, ugh, exhausting. So do what they say as a brain dump kind of thing. And yeah, so I'm working on that, because right now, like, I have tons of tasks kind of strewn about everywhere, which works if I organized it well, but I don't. It's not very organized. So right now I'm working on one wall that brings together all my sort of general immediate to-do tasks for each of the sections of my life. Like, I have personal tasks, I've got evac tasks, cleaning tasks, prime source tasks, walling tasks, and yeah. So that's all on one wall right now, with everything having its own due date, if it has one or needs one at the time. And that seems to be a little better, because like before, you know, I had like my home wall, which was like 20 sections of different shit that's like not organized anymore. It used to be, but not anymore. Then I have like sort of a different wall for each of those sections, but then like the tasks have to have a due date for me to keep track of them anymore. And then those due dates go by, and I'm like, oh, whatever, it doesn't matter anymore. And then, you know, it just gets it's dumb. So yeah. This week is gonna be, I feel like my weeks are just getting increasingly more intense. But also, I've been noticing, like, the same thing with what I was saying earlier. It's like, I used to work a shit ton, like 55 plus hours a week, and like that was regular to me. Like, it didn't matter anymore. My brain was used to it. And then I sort of really declined down to like a regular 40 hours a week and got used to that. And now I'm like trying to get back up to 45 hours a week at work. And that's difficult. The change is difficult. So I'm still in that sort of transitionary phase of like phasing upwards in that getting used to it kind of thing, which is debatable if it's like the right thing to get used to, but it is what I'm signing myself up for at this time in my life. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. The walling stuff, I mean, that's going to be an extra 20-ish hours a month of work to do. So that's going to be on top of my work, but that means I'll also not have to be so concerned about making overtime at my work to pay for my bills, because technically I'll have the backfall of walling, but I'm also definitely trying not to depend on that money at all. Because I mean, like, the goal is to save 100% of it and just hold on to it. Because one, taxes, and two, I don't need it. You know, I don't want to like increase my spending because I'm making more money. That's not the goal at all. So, yeah, can't take any savings with you to the grave. That's true? But also, I'm only 26, so. Does this video feel a little bit hectic? It might feel a little hectic. I'm sorry. That's just my brain right now. So, what else? What else? The pigeons have made a muck of my patio, my balcony. It's covered in bird shit. Just covered in bird shit. And let me tell you, it's tricky to deal with pigeon shit on the 3rd floor. Like, I don't even... So, like, I can clean it off. I can clean off the bar. I mean, there's literally shit all over the ground of it, too. Like, they sat on the bar and then, like, shit into the ground, onto my patio. So, like, I can sweep that off, sort of. I mean, there's, like, a grate at the bottom of the balcony wall, and it sort of blocks it, kind of... So I gotta figure that out, to try to get that actually done so that I can put the net back up, because it's just getting worse. They're just like coming out of the woodworks. I was hoping I'd get lucky, because they took it down in October to paint the net down in October to paint the wood, and I didn't put it back up. I could have, of course, but I didn't, because I was like, I haven't tried that since I moved in. So I was like, maybe the pigeons aren't as bad anymore. They didn't seem as bad as it was when I moved in. So I tried it, but no, it's bad. It's bad. It's gross, and it's such a pain to deal with. Oh my god. So yeah, I gotta do that and get the net back up somehow. Shouldn't be too hard, but I'm not the biggest fan of being perceived by my neighbors. Like my balcony is like the backside of my building, kind of, but everyone else is like facing inward. So like I'm facing outward while everyone's like doors and front windows are facing inward. So I'm just like on display. It's kind of weird, but it's nicer when the tree's around. It's slowly growing back. Not much so far at all, but little bits and pieces here and there. So I'm guessing, like, I don't know, 6 months. I don't know how long that's going to take. All right. I think that's enough ranting today. Yeah, probably. Yeah. I might have another one tonight, depending on what kind of mood I get into. But until then, I hope you have a good, hopefully not stressful Monday. Or if it is stressful, just remind yourself that, we all return to that baseline, I guess, of happiness levels. They're all it kind of just stays about here. Even though it kind of goes up and down, it returns back to here. So just try to enjoy what you got, I guess. I don't know. Okay. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.